Hey man, howdy ho. Today let's check out Audio Assault Bulldog. Alright guys, welcome back. Hope all you guys are doing well. So I hope you liked my remix of a song called My Apocalypse from a band called Arch Enemy. So as you can see, there's a pretty big mix that I have going on in here. 28 tracks in this session of Reaper. So I'll show you what I have going on real quick, and that'll conclude the video for today. So let's start off on my master track. So I'm just going to go through these plugins. I'll show you what they are, because you guys have seen them before. So let me do that real quick. So that's pretty much my master track plugins that I use. And I do switch them off, on and off from time to time. But pretty much those are my go-to plugins for my master track. So as you can see, I have some drum stems right here where I applied EQ to every piece of the drum kit, so that just every frequency has its own place in the mix. That's feeding into this drum bus from going into this drum strip plugin from SSL, into this townhouse compressor, which is really nice for drums, and an L2 limiter. I have the kick, snares, and toms feeding into this channel right here, going into the smash and grab plugin to add parallel compression to those pieces. And yeah, I like using this plugin quite a bit as well. It sounds really nice. Then I have two bass tracks, because I'm running bass DI. If I was to run bass MIDI tracks, maybe I would use Submission Audio by themselves, or maybe feeding them into Neural DSP Parallax. But nonetheless, these are DIs. So to handle the low end of the tone, going into this Parallax plugin, tweak this a little bit. And there's a cab section for that. So I always start off with this Arc Reactor preset, and then I just tweak to my liking. Then going into this Pro Q3 EQ, high pass at 81 Hz, just so that it doesn't screw around with the kick drum. Low pass at 4700 Hz, give or take. They bumped it up at 1300 Hz. The other bass track is right here, where I'm using Mammoth by Aurora DSP, which I like using a lot with Parallax. And again, there's another EQ right there, just for the high pass and low pass. So there's an intro guitar part right here, and then there's another part down here, in which I'm running this Pro Q3 EQ before the amp, because I don't like to bombard the amp with a full spectrum of frequency. So as you can see, I have a high pass at 109, low pass at about 7,000. Here's the amp. There's the new Audio Assault Bulldog Super Lead, which is supposed to emulate VHT, Pitbull, or a Fryette amp. So yeah, I like this amp. Sounds pretty cool. Alright. I have this overdrive kicked on for the intro part. Here's my settings. It's on the lead channel. Alright. The cab section is bypassed because I'm running these Kristian Kohle impulses, which I love. They work very well together. And then I'm running a little bit of a chorus, but not so much to get a chorus effect, just to make the guitars a little bit wider. That's all. And then of course running into this Pro Q3 EQ, where I'm doing more filtering, SSL channel strip EQ, multi-band compressor right here, Puig-Tac EQ, which I always use, YSMM1 maximizer, Pro L2 limiter. So this is again another one of my chains that I always use on guitars, and distorted guitars, that is, unless I change out some here and there. But pretty much that's what I usually use. It works pretty good. And then what do we have here? Some clean guitars. And for that, I'll show you what I'm using as well. So this time I'm just feeding it into the amp itself on the clean channel. All right, this is bright engaged. Nothing on here except for the noise gate. I am using the Bulldog 4x12 impulses that come with this amp for the clean guitars. A little bit of EQ, chorus, and a little bit of delay, even though the real song is not too strong on the delay portion on the clean guitars. But I kind of liked how that sounded, so I left it in. So it sounds pretty cool. Going into this Pro Q3 EQ. Then I like using this Shadow Hills Class A mastering compressor for clean guitars. And I'm running the discrete portion of it. I'm not running any of the optical stuff. It just sounds really excellent on acoustic guitars or vocals. Pretty much anything, really. You know, I really like using it. And here's another maximizer that I'm running. All right. So let's talk about this first, the soul guitars. There's 5 portions of those tracks, that is. So this time I'm high passing at 158 instead of the 109, and low passing at about 7300. Same idea. Here's the amp. I jacked up the gain just a little bit. Overdrive. Adjusted the EQ a little bit. Again, I'm running Kristian Kohle impulses. EQ, chorus, and delay. And then, you know, the same routine. Pro Q3 EQ for more filtering. SSL, EQ. Weak Tech. Again, MM1. Pro Q3. I know it's pretty boring, right? But these chains are solid for me. And it really helps out my workflow. It just makes it go really fast. So that's that for the solo guitars. Now let's go into the main left and right guitars, which are panned 100% left and right. Feed into another bus, right? And it's the same thing again, guys. The EQ, the amp, EQ, you know, channel strip, multi-band compressor, tweak tech, maximizer, and limiter. So, all right, so let's go into this amp right now. So this is the new Audio Assault Bulldog Super Lead amp that came out. 3-channel amp. You have your lead, your rhythm clean. You know, your input section as you do in all amp sims. And your output right here. Right here you could change your input routing, left, right, or stereo. Oversampling up to 16 times. Graphics, native, or OpenGL. Amp model standard, or if you use this right here, it kind of tweaks it to your own personalized amp according to your license, because no 2 amps sound alike, just like no 2 guitars sound exactly alike. But I really don't use this, but it's pretty cool to have. I like using this double track sim right here, but not to mix. I only like running this if I'm like playing guitar, you know, only. It sounds awesome. But yeah, that's the only time I use it. I like it a lot, actually. Here's your presets. Even though this says Death Metal 2 right here, I was messing around with it. It's not running this Death Metal 2 preset. I tweaked all the parameters in myself for this. Alright, so that's that. You have a tuner section, which is nice. Your stomp section, noise gate, low and high booster, tube screamer, overdrive pedal. And then the lead and rhythm channel share the treble, mid, and bass EQ portion. And you have this edge on both of the channels. And that's all that does is give you a little bit of a voice change, voicing per se. You have your boost, which I'm not using because it's enough, like I'm using it already. Then you have this shift right here, which is like a kind of like a mid boost switch, if you will, to me anyway. All right. Then you have your clean channel with, again, boost, your bright, and your shift function as well. Then you have this master EQ, your depth, presence, and your volume. The more you crank this up too, you can add more saturation into the amp, and it makes it sound really cool. But yeah, you just play around it, you know, till you like it, pretty much. here's the cab section of it. So this amp does come with here, let me go back to this one real quick. I'll show you real quick. So it does come with a Bulldog 4x12 cab and some other impulses, which are pretty good. You know, I like it. Yeah, there's a lot of choices to pick from. Go back here. So yeah, in the cab section, you also have a lot of controls as well. As far as mic positioning, you can adjust the mic to come in or further away from the speaker. You know, angle. You could change the angle of the mic as well. You have your high pass, your low pass, pan, level, which is cool because, as you guys know, some impulses are louder, some are quieter than one another. So you can adjust for that. And then your phase, all right? And then your mix. You can mix the left and right side because it's a dual IR loader, which is pretty excellent. And then, of course, you have your effects section. You have your EQ, chorus, delay, reverb. Pretty much everything you need, really, you know, to make a pretty good tone. All right, guys? So I hope you like this video. I don't know if you guys get much out of these videos because, you know, like I said, I always run this certain effects chains, but they just sound good to me. And again, for my flow, they really work well. But I love doing these videos of all these different amp sims. It's crazy how many come out, right? And yeah, it's like never ending, which makes it fun. So yeah, leave me a comment, you know, down below. Tell me what you think. If you guys like my channel, please subscribe, like, share. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you do get my videos when I upload them. Since I do not follow any sort of schedule for this, I pretty much make videos. I try to make one a week, right? But I don't have a specific day that I release them because my life's just lately is insane between work, home stuff, my pets, you know, personal everyday stuff. It gets tough at times, you know, but I try my best. So guys, till next time, another mix, another amp sim review. You guys stay safe and I'll catch you later.